that's the thing. The best part about Double Down is the community. Everyone's so friendly and kind, and they're to root for you and help you out. I've done CrossFit on a lower scale before, and it's just way more intense, way more kind of like I would call it family oriented. People bring their kids, people work out with their wives. Yeah. It's just much more like we're here for you. Kind of like you would expect if you were in like the military, you know, your brother watches for another brother. Like that's kind of how it feels. So I was born in Moldova at the time. Well, I was born in 1990, which is the Soviet Union just broke apart, causing great poverty, kind of like a Depression era issues in Russia, Soviet era, like, you know, people standing in line for bread, people getting rations, milk, stuff like that. We had nothing really. And then in 96, my mom did odd jobs and stuff to provide for us and whatnot. And then in 96, well, first like in 95, my grandparents immigrated over to Washington State. And then they came all over relatives, and we came as refugees with help of world relief. And we lived in my aunt's living room, and then, you know, slowly got our own apartment, then got our own half of a house, and then got our own house, you know, and went from there. My parents have always bought and sold things to make a living, because that's the easiest way without having to have a normal job. Then 11 years ago, I opened up a video game store and moved to Yakima. I moved to Yakima because I met my wife Kayla, who owns a salon down the street, Wink Eyelash Studio. So I moved my video game store, One Up Games, right here by me.
One Up Games?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know your store.
So that's what, and it's just been growing since then. Since when I was a kid, I was pretty active. Like I loved sports, soccer, tennis, did karate for a long time. But I always ate a lot. There's a lot of funny stories about me as a kid that I don't recall because I had a Depression era, like depressing memories, something, you know, don't stick in your head too well. But like for my birthday, I asked for, at the age of like 4 or 5, I asked for a smoked salmon. So I got a smoked salmon for my birthday, which was hard. Like it was still a lot of money. Like, you know, and that. Once my mom went to the grocery store and came home with a bunch of fruits and vegetables and whatnot. Well, not fruits are hard. Vegetables and, and you know, barley, whatnot. And I was sitting on the porch crying, and then the neighbor came over and he said, "Alex, why are you crying?" And I said, "Because Mom didn't buy any sausage." Right? It was always kind of like the chunkier, you know. And then I was content. And then later on in life, now I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, Mila and Eva, and you know, you lose your breath walking up the stairs. You find out that you're overweight capacity going to zip line. Like, because I was at my heaviest, I was 317 pounds. So like,
holy smokes!
Yeah, I couldn't. The max capacity of the zip line, even in Vegas, like the heavy duty zip lines, is 299.
Yeah.
So like I couldn't go on certain things, I couldn't do certain things. First it was like, you know, I'm gonna eat rice instead of bread, and you know, just little steps. And then I started exercising more regularly. Just simple things like I got a rower, and I love rowing. So just 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day of rowing. And I started losing weight, but I only got down to like 270s to, you know, 280s, 270s is where I would hover around, which I was still proud of because I was feeling healthier. Like my blood was circulating better. I could breathe better, sleep better. Because my doctors were at sleep apnea and stuff. And then I wanted to join a CrossFit gym just because I like the intensity. I found out that I used to do private training, and although I had good results, I realized that I enjoy working with people rather than by myself, which was like contrary to most of my other things in my life. I actually like to get things done on my own. Yeah. But in a gym, it's so much more motivating to be around other people, especially other people who are supportive of your journey. You never feel like somebody's judging you for not being able to do a handstand. You never feel like I'm putting 5-pound plates on my dumbbell, on my barbell, and and there's people half my size putting on 50. I never felt out of place at Double Down. I started working out, got into like the 270s, and feeling better about myself, but still not by any means, obviously, healthy. I wouldn't consider myself, obviously, I'm still on a journey today. But with CrossFit, I started diving more into CrossFit, started noticing muscle gain. I started to research on YouTube, like I stumbled upon Dr. Pardeep and started trying intermittent fasting. Then I did a 7-day water fast, which I don't recommend jumping into a 7-day. That makes it.
So what's a 7-day water fast?
Just drink water for 7 days.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's everybody's reaction. But my concern is people who hear that and then just like, oh, the reasons I did it wasn't for weight loss. It was for like Dr. Pardeep recommends doing fasting to cleanse your body. Because we're so exposed to processed foods, sugars, hormones, and bad cells in our body. So there's actually been a lot of doctors over decades, if not hundreds of years, who recommended fasting, and every religion practices fasting for mental clarity. Same reason I take cold showers now daily. Clean meats, grass-fed, just eating less processed foods.
Yeah.
I didn't stop eating processed foods, but I cut out most of it. And I try to stick to like an 80-20, 90-10 type of a diet. But yeah, CrossFit like both motivates you to stick. Because when I started CrossFit, I would go like, Sundays like family day, go to Olive Garden, and then Monday you're like, oh no, what are we doing on Monday? Yeah. So now I'm like, maybe not go to Olive Garden on a Sunday. Still, maybe I'll have a burger, but not Olive Garden. Because the last time I had my weight on a scale was 2018, where I was 317. But then I have a photo of me like 6 months later, and it looks like I'm even bigger than that. So when you're over 300 pounds, you don't get on a scale regularly. But yeah, it's hard because for a lot of people who want to pursue weight loss, it's hard because you start focusing on you get those stagnant periods where there's muscle growth or body recomposition, and you think you're not losing any weight, but really you're getting healthier and stronger and faster and better. So there's been periods of time where I just had 2 weeks of just like not losing a single pound, but I'm just working as hard as I can. And that's just consistency. The end goal is to be healthy, be able to spend time and do activities and sports with my kids. I hope to be there for my kids, to be able to teach them how to play soccer, how to play tennis. So that's something I really enjoyed as a kid, and I don't want to be out of breath and try to teach them how to do drills. Obviously, if you're healthier, you should live longer, so that's also a pretty important one. But I just enjoy how I feel. I enjoy waking up not being groggy. I enjoy the rest of the day. I feel like I have better mental clarity. I feel like my emotions are more in control. Like I don't get as angry. All you have to do is just show up. If you only can get 10 minutes out of a 1-hour class done, nobody's gonna judge you at Double Down. I think that's the most intimidating, or the scariest part is the intimidation of going to any CrossFit gym. Because in your head, especially if you've seen it on the internet, right? People flipping tires, hitting things with hammers, doing toast to bar. And maybe if you come in at 5 a.m., you might be intimidated a bit too. But that's not Double Down. You have police officers who are in very good shape, and you have people who are trying to maintain their health and they're in their 70s. You have people who are 300 pounds, you have people who are 178 pounds and 4% body fat. It's everybody, and everybody's here to help you. And if you're there with an open mind and positivity, I think that's the only important thing. Because when people are down on themselves, it's so easy to spiral and to be like, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I can't. I always fail at everything I do. It's mental. Like that's what going to the gym. That's what eating healthy. Like, a lot of those things are all mental. Because today I couldn't do a jumping jack. I said 317. But you do what you can.